Alright, welcome back to the part 2 of the recovery. So last video we completed installing OBS Studio Browser plugin, and now we're gonna complete OBS VK Capture. Alright, so the OBS VK Capture is a separate plugin for OBS that lets you capture Vulkan applications, games, emulators, etc. directly without relying on X11, Wayland screen capture. It's very useful for Steam, Dolphin emulators, etc. Alright, so now installing OBS VK Capture. This plugin is now is also in the AUR, not the official repos. Only you once you have yay, just run bash. So you're gonna put it into your terminal, yay -s right there, OBS VK Capture. Alright, so what it's gonna do is pull and build from the AUR. What it does, it injects into Vulkan applications to allow OBS to hook and record them. It provides a new game capture Vulkan OpenGL source inside OBS. It works better than generic screen capture for games. Higher performance, fewer issues. Post-install check. After installing, restart OBS and check. When you add a new source, you should see game capture Vulkan OpenGL in the list. Alright, since I mentioned Steam, games, OBS earlier, you probably also want OBS VK Capture. And then it's asking me, do you want me to bundle this together with other useful OBS plugins like Pipewire, Capture, Browser Dock, WebSocket into one install so you have a complete setup? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do this, the yay OBS VK Capture. Alright, so I'm going to Control-Shift-V. Before I press enter, I want to see if the OBS application is there. Alright, so it is there now. So you can see the difference. So on the left of OBS, right, is Steam. So it still looks like a file, like I need to install it. Alright, Firefox is installed. This is console. This is Dolphin, the file manager, settings, and then that's like the Windows thing, so you could pull up application launcher. Alright, so OBS, we're gonna click into it and see if it loads up. Alright, so it loads up, and all my files and stuff again are not deleted. It's just me having to install all the applications and stuff so that my downloaded and saved apps will work on the software. So it's the software that I have to reinstall. Okay, so Windows, I could capture Windows separately on here, screens. Alright, now let's see what is not working. So over here on the left side there's like little circles. It looks like the planet, or yeah, that indicates browser. That's just the icon that says browser. So if this is working, alright, that means it's good. It's good to go. So if I turn off the starting one, this one is the be right back one. Alright, that's working. This is when I end my live stream. That is working. Now for my camera, this is my front-facing camera. I currently have like the privacy screen on it. Let me turn on the light so you guys can see. So right there, my Logitech Brio cam. I'm gonna open the lens and see if it's working. All right, so the camera's working. You can tell because the little camera icon is there. Now what you see down here is like a little icon that looks like a piece of paper or a file or whatever. Game capture is now working. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So I click on game capture here, and I go to, I can't even press properties, so nothing's working correctly. Now, if you press the plus on OBS, there's a bunch of stuff here. There's audio capture, audio input capture, audio output capture, browser, color source, image slideshow, jack input client, media source. That's what I use to like put background music on. Scene, screen capture works. Oh wait, actually screen capture through Pipewire works. So that if I click this, it won't work. Unless I press properties, open selector, and then click on screens, new virtual output, rectangular region, Samsung electronic. So this is a display for my monitor, and then I'm gonna click on that, click OK, and then you can see, yeah, it's kind of like an Inception, but it's basically grabbing everything that you guys see right here. So if I minimize it, again, this is how I show you guys everything that's on here, but I'm not currently live streaming. I haven't clicked the start button. We'll put it towards the left. Alright, so you guys can see the two differences right here. So on my right I have the console terminal, and then on the left I have the actual browser OBS open, and within OBS the red right here, it's outlining what you guys are seeing on the outside on the actual display. So it looks like it's working. Let's close this down. Alright, yay -s OBS Capture. We're over here. Make sure you click onto the terminal, press enter. Alright, there are 3 providers available for lib32 libgl. Enter a number. Default is 1. So if I press enter, no AUR, package found, did not work. So you have to press 1 for default on this one. Let's do that again. And put 1. Alright, so lib32 AMD GPU. So this one is specific for your guys' GPU. So I have all AMD, and you can see right here, option 1, lib32 AMD GPU Pro. And then the second one says Pro OGLP Legacy. I think that's for older laptops and stuff. And then on the third option, NVIDIA. Alright. So obviously you're going to select 3 if you have a NVIDIA GPU. Press 1 for AMD, just like me. If you have an AMD GPU, again, make sure you guys select the correct one. It says no AUR package found for lib32. Could not find all required packages. Now, copy and then paste it onto here. Then it's going to tell me what is wrong, what is happening. Alright, let's see. You're hitting that because the multilib repo isn't enabled. All those lib32 packages, live in multilib, not in AUR, so you can't find them. So enable multilib with sudo nano etc pacman.config. Alright, it says uncomment these 2 lines. Remove the hashtag or the pound. So I'm going to look for something that has multilib, include equals / etc pacman.d mirror list. Uncomment these 2 lines. Okay, so these 2 lines. Save and exit. So sudo nano etc pacman.config. Control-Shift-V, enter. Put in my password so I could get in. Alright, so over here, I have GNU Nano open, right, on console. So I'm going to look for something that looks like it has multi-library, include equals etc pacman mirror list. Alright, let's see if I can find it. So I'm on options right here. Multilib, okay, multilib testing, multilib right here. So multilib include, let's see, it's right here. Multilib testing, underneath that is multilib. So this is the one we're going to uncomment this one, which means just delete everything before the first bracket and delete the hashtag only, leave the I. So these, this, and this will work, and then they'll be able to read it. So let's do that. Backspace, go down to the right, backspace, Control X will exit, and then it'll tell you whether you want to save it, yes or no, or I'm going to press Control O, and then write to file. This means you haven't saved it yet until you press enter. So press enter, and it writes 99 lines. Now, Control X will exit. Alright, so now you're good. Now, it says refresh and upgrade, so I have to be careful because now I'm going to do the sudo pacman system, one of the system updates. So I'm going to refresh and upgrade this. SYYU, the double Y forces a full repo DB refresh, so multilib shows up. Alright, so it's telling me to input sudo pacman that right there. Sudo pacman dash capital S YY U. Alright, enter. It does its thing, proceed with install, Y, yes, enter. Alright, there's some more following steps after this. So it says install the 32-bit libs. It varies by GPU. First, see what GPU you have. Bash lspci-k for the little pipe grep 8. This is for VGA 3D display. Let's see, first see which GPU I have. So that will tell you which one you have. I already know it's AMD, most common on desktop, Intel iGPUs and NVIDIA. Subsystem Gigabit Technology Company. Alright, so I got the one by Gigabit. Radeon RX 5700 XT Gaming OC. OC stands for overclock. Kernel driver in use, AMD GPU. Alright. So I'm gonna select the one over here that says copy code for AMD. Alright, so let's do that, and I'll read it for you guys and show you guys. Sudo pacman -s lib32 mesa lib32 Vulkan Radeon lib32 libx 11 lib32 libx render lib32 libx ml2 lib32 lib ffi lib32 expat lib32 zlib. Again, if you guys don't know what any of that stuff is, just to speed up the video, I'm just gonna press enter. But you guys can copy all that into AI, ask it what each one of them is, ask for the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Alright. Yes to install. All right, so that was step 3. Step 4 is install OBS VK from AUR. So we're back to square one, and it's finished up downloading and installing. So let's copy that again, and let's do that again. Control-Shift-V. All right, so yay-s OBS VK Capture, enter. And then it says packages to clean up, none, all abort installed. I'm pretty sure it's gonna tell me none, but let's just fucking check again. All right. Now, before this disappears, it's gonna say step 5 is verify in OBS, which means what we did before is we open the application and see if it works. So open OBS, add new source. I already have sources configured. You should see game capture Vulkan OpenGL, that's OBS VKapture. If it's missing, restart OBS or reboot once after the driver 32-bit libs are installed. If you want to tell me your GPU line from LSPCI and give you the exact pacman-s command tailored to your hardware. Yep. All right. I'm gonna copy this, copy it over, so it knows exactly where I'm at. Okay, I'm right here. So let's see, nice. That means your yay setup is now seeing OBS VKapture properly. It's asking the same cleanup build question as before. What you should do here, this is your first install of OBS VK Capture. There's no old build cache to worry about. Press N, none, and hit enter. That'll let Yay build it normally without wasting time cleaning other stuff. Once it finishes, restart OBS, add new source, check. Okay. So N. Oh. Forgot to click into console terminal. N, enter. Now it says OBS VKapture diffs to show. Let's copy that too. I'm pretty sure again it's going to tell me to say select none, but let's make sure we don't make mistakes. Okay, it says that prompt is next step to Yay's interaction build process. What it means, it's asking whether you want to review the differences in the PKG build files compared to what's cached, which is a safety feature in case the PKG build has changed since you last built it. What to do? Since you're installing OBS fresh and haven't modified its PKG, press N for none, hit enter. Enter. So it's doing its thing now. Wait, packages too. OBS VKapture, OBS VKapture debug, total installed size 1.6 megabytes. Okay, let's restore the tab. I'm just gonna get the bottom 3. Or actually, from loading packages down, and copy that and put it over. Pretty sure it's just gonna tell me yes, but I am skeptical. Alright, so that's the final green light. Since Y is already the default, you can just press enter or type Y and hit enter to proceed. That will install both the OBS VKapture, the actual plugin, and OBS VKapture debug. The debug symbol is optional but safe. After install finishes, restart OBS and then check it. Alright. I'm just gonna press, yep, almost did the same thing. Make sure you click into the terminal, Y, enter. Alright, it's done. So now, let's check it, see if it works. Go to OBS. Alright, so I'm seeing game capture. Hopefully you guys can see the little remote control icon. It's no longer like a little sheet of paper, so game capture should be working. I click on game capture, and now I can click on properties. Alright, window, capture any window. You click on here, and you can select which window to actually freaking do. Anyways, I don't have Steam, so I can't show you guys that it's actually working, but that is how it worked last time. So game capture is working. Let's see if I see any icons that looks like a little piece of paper. Nope. We'll click on intermission and see if that one's good to go as well. All right, so that's the intermission, the different scene that I have set up in case I want to do a different live stream format, whatever, move things around and stuff. All right. Yep, looks like everything's working. Screen capture pipewire, and everything's good. So now I can live stream you guys, and I can show you guys the rest of the installs for everything else. As long as it does not require me to update and reboot the PC to do it, then I can show you guys directly on the screen instead of showing you guys this first-person view. It's good to go. And let's scroll up and actually see what else we have to do. So sudo pacman-s steam. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do to install Steam. Sudo pacman-steam requires multilib repo enable in etc pack config. So I'm pretty sure I did that with when I installed OBS. You'll need drivers for your GPU. I'm pretty sure I did that for OBS as well. So the command should be working. Once I copy it over, Control-Shift-V, sudo pacman-s steam, enter. And then put in my password. Alright, yes, enter, and it's doing it. All right, it finished already. So let's look down here and look at the icon. It's able to open. So I click into it. Let's see if it works. Now, so there's some other stuff that I have to do with Steam because I have 2 encrypted SSDs. It might have access to my first SSD because right now it's open, like the encryption is open when I first booted up the PC, right? And my root folder and BIOS folder, whatever, my boot and root and home directories are already open and completely accessible in order to be able to download games onto my second SSD if I want. I don't need it because I have 1.5 terabytes of storage just for video games and stuff, but it looks like it's working. Library. All right, so right now it's saying I have to download like Helldivers and stuff. What I'm gonna do is go to the option, or not the options, but the settings. All right, let's full screen, but no, it looks better, smaller. That's what she said. All right, let's do this. Because I don't want it stretched out, but I don't want it to be small. All right, so I'm gonna go to storage right there, clicking, and then you'll be able to see the options up here. It says the home directory has 245 gigs. All right, I do not want to download my games here. I want to install it on the rest. It's a separate partition called games data. So in order to add that, I need to go down here and select the 1.5 terabyte one. That is the partitioned one. It's mounted as, for me, dev vol group 0 /lv_games/data. Again, all this is on my first SSD storage device. Now, all I have to do is put in my password. All right, and then it worked. So now you're gonna press OK, and then you should have access to it. So you're gonna go back to storage and you're gonna click on Add Drive. All right, and it should be able to show up. There you guys go. Run media /telco 760, whatever that is. That's just the address to it. 1.2 terabytes of 1.5 terabytes is free. Let's do this. Add. All right, so now everything's already downloaded onto it. As you can see here, Helldivers is, I'm able to play it basically. Now, some games I have to refresh, like Halo Master Chief Collection. Awesome game, I recommend it if you guys haven't played it. Get the Master Chief Collection, play from the beginning. It is awesome. Now that I can play video games and stuff, it should be good to go. All right, so another thing checked off. OBS is completely done. Steam is completely done, and I can actually leave this. All right, Steam check. Printer support for most printers. Okay. Sudo pacman-s cups. System config printer sudo systemctl enable now cups service. So I'm gonna copy that over so that I can get my printer working again. Control-Shift-V, enter. Password, yes. Once you guys get the hang of it, when you start to feel cool because you're doing everything like this, you do feel like a hacker or a programmer doing this. Telco 760 Arch Linux-EA. Now I got the printer support. Now let's check that. I just installed. Let's see, what was it? Cups for printers. All right. It says nice. That means your printing stack is installed, but let's make sure it's running and ready. Okay. I already did the systemctl enable now cup service. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. It says I did sudo pacman-s cup system config printer sudo system enable now cup service. So I did that. Optional but recommended enable cups browser. Okay, so I enabled it. Install printer drivers, generic drivers, sudo pacman-s cups filters ghost script gs guten print. Step 4 GUI printer setup tool, and then test. All right, so step 3 install the printer drivers. So, and then let's try that one again. Control-Shift-V, sudo pacman-s -S cups filters ghost script gs fonts guten print. Enter. Proceed with install. Because ChatGPT doesn't know if I did it or not, it's just gonna basically, it's thinking that you already did the steps that I gave you. That's probably why it just gave me those steps. All right, Epson HP Canon specific. Many have other their own Arch packages and extra or AUR. For example, Epson inkjet printer ESCPR, which you had before. All right, step 4 GUI printer setup tool, sudo pacman-s system config printer. All right, so this adds a GUI you can open from the KDE menu or run system. I'm pretty sure I have, whatever. Let's just do that. I think it's different from, all right, yes. Let's just do it. All right, so did that. Step 4. Step 5, it says test list printers. So LP stat -p-d. So copy that into it. LP stat -p-d. All right, so it says LP stat, no destinations added, no system default destination. All right, print a test page. So I'm gonna tell it this. Paste. Now that I gave it information, it knows that I'm on step 4 or whatever. Got it. This means that cup's running, but you haven't actually added your Epson ET-2803 as a printer yet. The driver Epson inkjet printer escaper is installed, but you still need to tell cups about your device. Step 1, check if your printer is detected. LP info-v grep USB. If it's on network or Wi-Fi, use this one. So I don't have my printer itself connected to my PC. It's using the Wi-Fi to connect. So LP info-v pipe grep network. So let's do that. That's how it looks like, you guys. Enter. All right, and then I'm gonna feed that info to. All right, you should see something like direct USB Epson or IP 192. Okay, so there's something wrong. All right, thanks for running that. That is, output tells us that cup sees protocols IPPP, IPPS, HTTP, SMB, LPD, etc. But it doesn't see your Epson ET-2803 itself. That usually means one of two things: the printer is on Wi-Fi but not discovered yet. I forgot to turn on my damn computer. Sorry, the printer. No, it can't connect if it's not turned on. See, human error. All right, so with all this, let's try it again. I forgot to turn on my printer. All right, it says, haha, that explains it. He's laughing at me. If the printer's off, cups can't see it at all. What to do now? LP info-v. All right, rerun that one. All right, so Teleco 760 at Arch Linux. Yay, I'm still in yay. So now I'm gonna copy the first command to see which GPU I have. All right. Control-Shift-V, enter. Now it says here, VGA compatible controller, Advanced Micro Devices Inc. AMD ATI. Control-V, enter. Okay. You should now see something like USB Epson. Okay, nope, that's not what's coming out. So, oh, actually yes, network LPD. 10.0.0.5, whatever, pass-through, something. Now let's feed that to AI and see if I'm good. It says perfect. Now that the printer is on, cups detects it. That's your Epson ET-28 on the network via LPD protocol. Step 1, add the printer to cups. Sudo LP admin -p, okay, Epson 2803. This gives the printer a name. -e enables it. -v tells cups the device URI. -m everywhere uses the IPP everywhere driver, works with most modern Epsons. All right, and we're gonna run that on the terminal. Control-Shift-V, enter. All right, so IPP everywhere driver -m everywhere only works with printers speaking IPP or IPPS. Your Epson ET-2806 is exposing itself with LPD, so cups rejects the everywhere driver. 2 ways to fix this. Option 1, use Epson's driver recommended for EcoTank series. Install the Epson. Okay, so let's do that. It didn't work before, so hopefully it will work now that I have my printer turned on. Target not found. Okay. Paste. Ah, yes, makes sense. The Epson inkjet printer escaper package used to be in the Arch official repos, but it got moved out. Now it's only available in the AUR. Install via AUR with the I should have remembered that, but I didn't. Yay-S Epson inkjet printer escaper. ESCPR. Alright, it's working now. Alright, packages to clean up. I'm guessing it's none. I don't trust myself. clearly, since I can't remember to turn on the damn printer while I'm doing this. Alright, so it's going to say press none. None, enter. Epson inkjet printer skipper disk to show. I'm guessing it's none. And then let's finish installing it. Once it's installed, we'll run the ipadmin command again with a -m escaper so your printer registers correctly. Yes. Alright, finished. Now, let's do sudo lp admin -p epson. Okay. Next steps after the driver install. Here, copy the code. Control-Shift-V. Enter. Okay. Printer drivers are deprecated and will stop working in a future version of CUPS. CUPS driver failed to get PPD file. See error log for details. So let's give that to it. Let's see what it says. The error is happening because CUPS deprecated PPD-based drivers like Escaper. Newer versions try to push everything toward driverless IPP everywhere printing, but don't worry, we can still get your Epson ET-28 working. Option 1, use the Escaper with CUPS legacy support. 2, switch IPP everywhere, recommended if your ET-28 supports it. Your printer might actually speak IPP, but only shows LPD because Avahi. I remember Avahi, Bonjour MDS Discovery isn't running. Let's try enabling it. So we're going to sudo pacman-s avahi nss mdns sudo systemctl enable now avahi daemon service. Let's do that. It's familiar. I'm pretty sure I did that the first time I was trying to set up my printer. Alright. And then edit etc nsswitch.config, update the hosts line to copy this and show that it is currently working. It says setup updates etc nss nsswitch.config. So sudo nano etc nsswitch.config. Enter. Alright, and then it's going to say find the line that starts with hosts. Alright, so this one right here. It says change it to hosts and then files. Okay. Or add mdns minimal if missing. Alright, so I'm just going to copy the whole thing. And then delete. And then control shift, copy. All right. Okay, after that, change it to this. Save and exit. So Control O, and then Control X. Control O, enter. It's saved. Now Control X, exit. All right. It says restart Avahi. Sudo systemctl restart Avahi daemon service. All right, let's do that. Control V, restart the service. All right, did that. Now it says check for your printer again. LP info-v pipe grep IPP. So let's do that. Okay, now where am I? Here. Feed that info. At this point, I fed ChatGPT too much stuff, so I'm just gonna tell it where I'm at. You've got these lines, okay? So saying I have network DNSSD, that stuff, the UUID, that means that the printer supports IPP everywhere, which is exactly what modern CUPS wants. It supports it. So step 1, add the printer to with IPP everywhere. So sudo lp admin -p epson 2803. Okay. So it's going to be different for you guys, okay? Like everything is going to be different. So this video is more of a teaching type of video. Teaches you how to use AI to figure things out on your own. Use AI to set everything up, and yeah, ask it questions. Be careful though. Be very careful. If you have any comments or questions and stuff, ask AI before you do the next thing. All right. It took me a while to actually stop procrastinating and stop being afraid to actually go through with messing around with my own PC, and then actually dropping Windows altogether. So, all right, so it worked. Now set it up as default. So, step 2, set it up as default. Sudo lp options -d epson 2803. copy code, Control-Shift-V, enter. Alright. Step 3, verify, copy. Alright, if it's working, I'm just going to continue on with the steps. Alright, it's working. Next, expected output, printer Epson 28 is idle. Okay. Enabled since yada yada, okay. System default destination should be Epson 2803. Yep, that's what it says. So test 4, test the print. LP user share cups data test print. Copy code. Let me just make sure that my printer is up. Don't make the same mistake. There's paper in there. Now let's do this. Alright. Copy the code. And then you can do it from the terminal. Control-Shift-B. Enter. Requested IDs. Oh, it's working. One file, printing. Alright. So this says printer test page. It has the little penguin for the Linux. Just checking to see if the colors work. It says Unix printing system. Printer. Information, Epson 2803, description, same job ID 2803-1, created at, printed at, make, model, media limits. Alright, so it's working. I am done with the printing of, like, fixing the printer function. Now I need to fix the scanner setup. Alright, once we confirm printing works, I'll walk you through scanner setup. So walk me through scanner setup. Paste. ET-2803 space Control-V, and then at the beginning it works, space works, dash space enter. Okay. Alright, install scanner backend. So Epson scanners need iScan or Epson Scan 2 for model ET-28 whatever series. Now your guys' printer is going to be different, so again you guys have to tell AI which printer you have, ask it how do I install it, because you guys have to do your own due diligence, and if this does not pertain to you, you guys do not have the same printer, then yep, skip. I'm going to do yay-s Epson Scan 2 iScan data. So Epson Scan 2 is a modern Epson scanner tool with GUI. iScan is a legacy tool, works with more Epson models. iScan data, device-specific firmware files. Okie dokie. Let's n remove make dependencies after install. What this means, make dependencies, packages only need to compile the drivers like CMake, GCC, etc. They're not needed to run the scanner software once installed. Removing them saves space, but if you plan to build more AUR packages soon, you may want to keep them. Recommendation, press N for default, keep the make discrepancies. What you don't have to reinstall them the next time. Okay, you don't need to reinstall them next time you build the AUR package. Once you hit N, enter the scanner drivers will be installed and will run scan image-L. Proceed. And waiting. It says we're going to do scan image-L. Let's see on the previous steps if it's the same. Yep, it's the same. Alright, so meanwhile it does that. The expected output is something like device, app, Kawa, USB, whatever. I'm pretty sure I saw something like that. If it's on Wi-Fi, you might instead see ASCII network. After that, step 4 says install a GUI scanner app, and then I pick one. KDE is my setup, GNOME is for general, sudo pacman -S scan light. So that's what I'm going to do after this is complete. Well, it says step 5, there's an optional manual config for network scanning. If scan image doesn't see your scanner on Wi-Fi, create edit. Sudo nano etc sane.d epkawa config. Alright. Oh. Continue. Yes. Sources are ready. Alright. Alright, what else do I need to install? Let's see. I have base devil, chromium, I'll do that, cups filters, cups PDF, Discord, Discord, I never actually set that up properly. But I could just use that on the web. I don't need to have that installed. Dolphin emulator is so I could play games like I believe Nintendo games. I don't know. DOS FS tools, EFI boot manager, the Epson inkjet printer escaper, the fast fetch, Firefox Git, GPT fdisk, grub, console, Linux firmware, Linux headers, Linux LTS headers, LVM2, MPV I don't need if I have VLC. Did you guys even understand what I just said? They're like two media players. MTools, Nano, Network Manager, NTFS, NVMe, CLI, Command Line Interface. I think that's what it stands for. OBS Studio, Browser VK, OpenRGB. Okay, yeah, OpenRGB is so that I could change the RGB on my keyboard down here. Alright. It's doing something because it's making my printer do something. Alright, what's next? OpenSSH, OS Prober. I had OS Prober because I was dual booting Windows and Arch Linux, and then I just like I pulled the band-aid. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna drop Windows 10 altogether. Now I am this is fully Arch Linux. Plasma Desktop, Plasma Meta, Reflector, SCDM, Steam, Sudo, VI. I don't know what that is. Yay debug. YT DLP is like a YouTube download program, I think, something like that. Basically, you could download YouTube videos and you could use that as your live wallpaper. That's how I got the Matrix video downloaded. It's already saved, so I don't need to do it again, unless I want to switch the desktop background, which I kind of don't want to. Like, I like the Matrix. I like the Matrix live wallpaper, just like that. But desktop and wallpaper functions right here, I could add more videos. So I could show the list. Right now I only have that video, but I could add more videos onto the live wallpaper to customize it. I could also use the default wallpaper types. The wallpaper type that I'm using right now is a Smart Video Wallpaper Reborn. You could get the plugins right here, but there's also some other ones. Picture of the day, slideshow, all this. There's different options. Picture of the day. Now the provider over here, like NASA, if I apply it, like NASA's whatever, some space stuff, Earth science, apply. It's pretty cool. Let's see, weather satellite, so you can see how hot it is. June 18, 2025. This is old. Wikipedia Commons. Oh, this one looks nice. Look at that. What else? Simon, I don't know, Stalka Hag wallpapers. Apply. That's cool. Is that like a video game? I don't know. Alright, Flickr. That looks like a drawing. Astronomy. Oh wait, I already did this one. And then Bing. Apply. Bing photos and stuff. Now those aren't live wallpapers and stuff, but whatever. You can customize it. Oh, anyways, let's go back to the Smart Video Wallpaper Reborn. Apply this one and Matrix. We're back in the Matrix. Alright, it should be finished. Oh, okay. It's recording my password once again. Alright, it's done. Sweet. So I can test it out. What should I print? I have a breadboard right here. Maybe I'll print that out. Alright, there we go. Just to check it, Epson scan, searching for available devices. Next, unable to communicate with scanner. Make sure the scanner is connected to the computer and turned on. Alright. Paste. Okay. Step 1, check detection. Scan image. Does it list your Epson device? If yes, the scanner is detected, but Epson scan needs the right config. If no, the backend isn't finding it, so we'll configure it manually. Copy. Alright, Control-Shift-V, enter. Alright, copy this into ChatGPT. Let's see what it says. Step 3, configure Epson backend network. Scanning case sudo nano etc sane.d ep kawa config. Scroll down and add net. Okay, so that's what I have to do because it's not finding it. Control-Shift-V, sudo nano, and then enter. Now on my post-install video that I did, like the live install, I just went over everything that I installed. I didn't actually show the installation like I am doing now. So yeah, scroll down and add replace with your printer's actual IP from earlier. All right, but where do I put it? Network, attached devices, net, IP address, hostname. I think this is where I put it. Let's see. Let me go down, all the way down, and then I'll just Control Shift V. There we go. I'll just put it down at the very bottom. Save with Control O, then Enter, and then Control X. All right, and then restart the SANE service with sudo systemctl restart SANE service. Come on, Control Shift V, Enter. Failed to restore SANE service unit, SANE not found. So let's see what's going on there. Alright, thanks for catching that. Arch doesn't ship a SANE service by default. The scanner, the backends are libraries, not system daemon, so there's nothing to restart. That's why you got failed to restart SANE service, unit, SANE service not found. Correct. Next steps. No service needed. You don't need SANE service. Test again. Alright. Control Shift V. Enter. Scan image, -L. And then I'm gonna try scanning with the Epson app. Alright, it's done. Copy. Let's see. If Epson Scan 2 still gives the unable to communicate with the scanner, install Epson's extra plugin needed for wireless scanning on some models. Okay. The free plugin. Alright, let's do that first. Let's try that out before I ask it questions. I'm gonna press N, enter, N, enter, and just wait. And then I'll check again. It says remove, make dependencies. It says press N for default, hit enter. N for default, enter. Come on. How fast can you get it done? Proceed with installation, yes. Let's see. Proceed with installation, yes. And it's done. Alright, sweet. Now let's check it. Alright, with system. Nope. Multimedia. It has VLC media player here. Internet. Help, graphics. Alright, scan 2. Alright. Scan, connecting to scanner. Alright, it looks like it's working, you guys. Look at that. So, main settings, document scanner glass, document type, document size, A4, black and white, type image, or in color. Let's do it in color. Image type, resolution 200 dpi, rotate, add or edit pages after scanning, image format, PDF, multi-TIFF, PNG, JPEG, file name, scan test, I'm going to name it, scan test. Folder is going to go into document, picture, desktop. Let's put it in documents. And then add advanced settings, image none, remove background, brightness, whatever, all that stuff. All right, preview. Oh, okay, we can preview. View scan in progress. So I don't have to actually scan, but look, I could hear it scanning. And it finished scanning. All right, so there's the motherboard, you guys. And I'm not going to actually click on scan because technically it's scanned. It's just I don't want to save this picture.